Okay, dann geht's los.
1990. Spaghetti.
Mario!
Ravioli.
Mario!
Mamma mia. It's me, Mario. Press start to play.
Random.
Stuff in the house.
WTF, why the face?
Let's go adventure.
PB Random Ramble. Number 8. Or is it 9? I don't remember. Have some Pret and Barony. Yeah.
Hi, this is Barony, and I have with me today Pret.
Barony.
That's a nice start into the show. I wouldn't have guessed you reacted so strongly.
Yeah, I'm a child at heart.
So we're doing the Ramble, and it's Monday. We start to do this on Monday apparently, and not on the weekend. But who cares, actually? So
Yeah.
I thought I might start this week's edition with a little story about podcasts that I enjoy listening to in the last couple of weeks, because I started to stop listening to some podcasts that I listened to a lot before, and I needed to find some new ones, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember last week when I was talking out of my ass about feminism and sexist behavior and stuff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found a podcast that has a really strong female voice, and it's gaming centric, and it's really good. So I wanted to what's the word? I wanted to put that out there for people to find and enjoy, and it's called Isometric.
Mm-hmm.
And it has 50 episodes out, and you can find it on relay.fm Isometric. Maybe I'll put a card up or something. And it's 3 women and 1 guy, and it's really great. They have a nice chemie together, like a nice atmosphere, and it's a conversational, laid-back podcast, and they have really great taste in gaming, and I can only what is the word? Recommend that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, you should.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think always when you have conversational podcasts, you need some time to get used to the mode of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And half an episode is mostly enough for me, and then I can really judge it, and it's really good. They talk a lot about Nintendo, which is something that I really like, and retro gaming, but also new and current stuff, and just everything related to gaming in general. And then there's Kane and Drins, you know that one.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy that one a lot. That is really analytical view on one game per episode, and it's mostly 1 hour or more, and 3 to 5 people maybe, standard mode, and it's really good. It's really deep and in depth.
Yeah.
And then there's Retsu Talk.
Yeah.
From the guys of Retsu Prey, which is really good.
Yeah, you told me about that one, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you've listened to it, right?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
I suspected so, but that's not a problem. It's pretty good. You can find the episodes on YouTube and stuff, and I just wanted to put that out there because Chad had been asking me about good podcasts, and these came to mind, so I put them down and thought I'd share them here.
Like the Kane and Ryan's podcast, like the earlier episodes. I don't know if you've listened to them. Probably.
Some of them, yeah.
There's this Irish guy or Scottish with them.
Yeah.
And
he was in the Deadly Premonition episode, wasn't he?
Oh, he was. Yeah, and that guy is for me so hard to understand. It was always like the 2 guys are talking, and everything was really interesting, and then this Irish guy said something, and I was like, what?
I thought he was Scottish, but I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I can't tell the difference.
Well, I probably can't, but I just think I can. But I might be wrong. Maybe he's not even the guy I was thinking of. I think they switch people quite often.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I start off with the first Spelunky level, and it's at the very beginning a bomb pack.
the Kane and Ryan's podcast.
come on.
There's one that is actually exactly like it. Just I think I said that at some point for the Dark Souls franchise. It's actually like almost exactly the same,
Okay.
but they go like through all the, like one podcast is one area,
Uh-huh.
and they're like very analytical and very deep on the story and gameplay mechanics and everything.
Okay, is it
And-
the bonfire side chat?
Yeah, the bonfire side one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never listened to that one.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to it even though I don't play the game because I enjoy the dynamic between the two hosts so much.
Okay, I can imagine that it's really interesting to get deep into the lore, which I haven't at all while I played it. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's hidden in tooltips and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And really cryptic, and you really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is-
they pick apart like every tooltip and every little detail in the game to create this big picture.
Yeah, that is awesome. I don't know how you experience and perceive games, but when I play a game that is story based or has a story and it's not totally on the nose, I really have to pay attention. I mean, stories are right now what intrigue me most about games at all, like overall. But at the same time, it's hard for me to follow them. Like I really have trouble with that sometimes. So in Dark Souls, it's literally impossible because I get soaked in the atmosphere so much and try to survive, and the story is just overwhelming me, basically, because I'm overwhelmed by the rest and I can't really focus on the story.
Yeah, same with me, especially with the Dark Souls like franchise.
Yeah. In some games it's really easy to follow the story, but most of the time I think I have a hard time because I don't know. I think very unstructured and associative, and sometimes I get lost then.
Yeah, the thing with me is I can be like very impatient.
Uh-huh.
So when I play RPGs, like after I play for like 2 hours, I start clicking through the dialogue.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I have to like stop after 2 hours to get to still bring up that much attention to really focus on the story.
That happens to me too in some games, but not in the really good ones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think I managed to not do that in Skyrim, for example, at all.
Hmm.
Even though some side quests weren't really interesting, and actually in most of the games I played in the last 2 years, I didn't do that at all. No cut sequence or dialogue skipped.
I think I did it in like what's it called, that shooter we played together, Borderlands.
Oh yeah. Well,
I think I did it there because I don't know.
Me too. Yeah. But I didn't really play that game.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I noticed like during my Fallout Let's Plays that I focus so much on reading that I kind of miss to reflect on what I've just read.
Yeah, I know that problem from doing Let's Plays of games. So you get caught up in some things and really can't pay attention to what is actually being said. For example, reading. I know that completely. Yeah, that is a big problem actually sometimes for me.
Yeah.
Generally, when playing, you're caught up with so many different things while playing a Let's Play that you sometimes miss the most important stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I started to like watch one of like the last episode I did, just to really to like make myself read to me what really happened.
Okay.
And reflect for the next episode.
Like every time.
Like most of the time, yeah.
Okay.
Especially when there's like more than 2 days.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. It sounds kind of self-conceited, but
I don't know. I can imagine that it helps being more fresh when you start a new episode. Can totally see that.
yeah.
And being
And
more
it's kinda-
immersed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what does the 15 mean? I don't know. You don't know either,
the
right?
15? Oh no, I don't know. Do you have to be 15 to?
Maybe you have to find 15 of these coffins along the way, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So you can play different characters?
Yeah, I have 3 or 4 unlocked yet, as of now. But another podcast that I really like is Love and Radio.
Yeah, I looked into that because it was recommended, right? After that Living Room episode. Radio Lab, not Living Room.
Oh,
Was it
yeah,
called Living Room?
exactly. That's how I stumbled upon it. Yes, I think it was called Living Room. It was basically, they just took an episode from Love and Radio and broadcast it on Radio Lab, right?
Yeah, that was the episode with that woman that watches the young couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. And did you like that episode, for example?
Yeah, of course.
And it's more of this kind of extremely weird, offbeat, strange stories, sometimes about love in any kind of way, conceivable way, and sometimes not really.
Yeah.
But it's always, I don't know how to explain it, but it's stories you would not hear otherwise, never. Not by your friends, not in TV or normal podcast, radio shows, whatever.
Because they're so strange, or just because they're so intimate?
Both.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just slices of life that you would not necessarily get to know. It's really awesome. I think people can either really enjoy it or cannot get anything out of it. So you have to check it out and see for yourself which category you fall into.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually one thing I really like about the Radio Lab stuff, because they often like show both sides of the well, I don't know what you call that in English, of the coin. I don't know. They show different opinions. I don't know. Did you listen to that autism episode?
No, not yet.
Well, there's
I'm currently going from the earliest to the newest, and that must be in between somewhere. But because I listen to the newer ones also, but
because they're they have 2 different parents with autistic childs, and one of them is their child was only light autistic, right? And they were like, and we did a lot of work with him and everything was great, and now he can live by himself more or less. And then they interviewed the other parents, and they were like, the worst thing that society does for autistic people is to give them hope, because they have a child that is strongly autistic, right? And he can't even, he craps his pants all the time. He can't communicate anything. So, and there's no hope for that child to ever, develop into something where he can live by himself. So, you know what I mean? Because they're just saying stuff that society doesn't want to hear.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, because society, do they mean that society is of the opinion that people with Asperger or on the light end of the spectrum of autism are the new alpha geek prototype people, or?
No, he was saying that if you go to one of these institutions, right, that supports parents with autistic children.
Okay,
I think,
I get it.
and he was saying you hear all the time is, you have such a gift, you got an autistic child.
Oh, okay.
And he was just no, it's not a gift, it's a burden, your whole life.
Yeah.
So, and I really like that, that they kind of let people speak and say stuff that normally people wouldn't say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right? I kind of like that you have both
I completely
sides.
agree. They go out of their way to show different perspectives and try to look at everything from all viewpoints.
Yeah,
I agree. That is what makes them good, in a way. Also.
Yeah.
I think they have a huge production value, by the way.
Yeah.
You probably noticed the Oliver Sacks guy, right? He's in every 3rd episode or something.
I don't know him by name, but I probably heard him.
I think he's a neuroscientist, most of the interesting people, and he tells these wacky stories of patients in the most most crazy conditions nobody has ever heard of.
Was that the in the loop episode where that woman, she had like a stroke and she started repeating herself every 90 seconds? Did
No,
you tell that? Okay.
he wasn't in there, I think.
Okay.
He was in the episode where he told of patients that do everything in a super crazy haste, like super speedy, and they perceive it as normal, and then other patients who need like an hour for a certain movement of their arm, which would take another normal person maybe 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like these two complete opposite perceptions and speeds of people, which are somewhere in the brain, and they can't talk slowly, these super hasty people.
Oh, that's like that other episode where this guy had was in a car accident, and then he was like speaking like really, really slow, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then you probably saw that episode, right? Or heard it?
Watch it, yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't know he was speaking slow.
Yeah.
Because in his brain it was like perceived as he was speaking normally.
I think that was the episode.
Yeah,
but
sounds like it.
But he's more or less on every third or fourth episode that I listen to right now. He has a couple of books out. One is called "The Man Who Mistook His Wife with a Hat." That's the kind of stories he's telling, and he has this great way of telling stories. I just want to listen to him all day long. Basically, Oliver Sacks. He's one of the most interesting scientists to listen to.
I kind of hear his voice in my head now. I think I know who you mean.
He almost sounds a little bit like he has a German accent, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
I think he's born in. he's born in the U.S. Okay, so I can't find my free health point anywhere. Oh, but I see different other stuff. Okay. Yeah, what else do we have? We should not talk about podcasts on a podcast too much.
What else do we have?
Did you look at any material from the game Splatoon?
No.
And they did like a public beta test. I don't know how long it took, like 1 day and a couple of hours on that day, and everyone got to test the game.
Okay.
And I talked about this on our German podcast, like when E3 last year was around.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
It was the more or less competitive shooter from Nintendo, which also is like a children-compatible game with like cute little graphics and little paintball. Nobody's really shot, but you only shoot with paintball guns, but it's super fast and it looks super awesome, super fun.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It does look very fun. And it's only Wii U, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. I think there's really a great amount of games right now for Wii U. By now, finally, they have some good games. Well, Splatoon isn't out yet, but it will be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the whole Nintendo thing, but didn't like Nintendo announce, or there was like rumors going on that they were going to release the next generation console?
I heard something like that, but I can't really recall what it was exactly.
Yeah, it was something about people being disappointed with the Wii U, right? Because it doesn't have like very good specs.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
Definitely. I don't know what Nintendo's doing with this with its like main living room console is kind of weird, man.
Yes, but also it's like the best gaming franchises ever.
Yeah, but why are they? Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want. The main thing is that the software is good and is fun to play. Well, I talked to Sunesha about this a tiny bit. He doesn't like the Mario games at all, for example. So he says this guy should be retired by now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I don't play like jump and runs at all, so I don't really care about Mario 2, right? I mean,
I think that's the thing. Either you play jump and runs, or you don't care about Mario. It's not like you wouldn't care about him if you played platformers.
Yeah.
If you like platformers, you like Mario, I think.
Yeah, of course.
So, and Sunesha doesn't like platformers also.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Mario Party on the N64. I thought that was an awesome game.
Yeah, that was fun. I agree. I don't know. Well, there were like a million of these,
Yeah.
which kind of irritated me. Oh, come on!
Do you think Nintendo will, like Sega did? Like, I mean, the Wii U didn't do very well, right? Like sales wise.
I don't know. Probably not at the beginning. I don't know if how they did now. Did the Wii U sell well? With over 5 point. Okay, that's a game.
Well, it says right here. There's an article that says Wii U sales improved, but are still historically terrible from the May 9th, 2015.
The Wii U's dead in its current form, admits Nintendo. January 2014. Okay, that's a long time ago. Yeah.
Okay, 9.5 million units sold.
I read that too, but I don't know. Well, Mario Kart 8 alone, I did just see sold 5 point something units. I can't imagine that the console did like 40 plus 100% of that only. Must be more.
Well, that's what it says here. The 9.5 million mark makes the Wii U the slowest selling Nintendo console ever.
Okay.
And then it says the normal Wii sold over 100 million times in 7 years.
That is a lot more. But that was a super hype machine in the beginning.
Yeah, of course, with that new technology and stuff, right?
Yeah. And then everybody was super disappointed in the motion playing, censoring, whatever.
Okay, it says right here, the console was released in November 2012. In 2.5 years, the Wii U has yet to break the 10 million mark.
Oh, that is...
Sony's
bad.
Yeah, Sony's PS4 took 9 months for the PS4 to sell that much, and it has sold 22 million times by now.
And it has no games. Still.
Yeah.
Well, a couple, but...
Yeah, I mean, Sega did it at some point, right? Sega was like, okay, fuck the living room consoles. We are just gonna sell our games.
Yeah.
On the other platforms.
I don't know if that went too great for them.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I don't know about that, but I don't know if that has anything to do with not selling consoles anymore.
Yeah.
Or if they just were forced to not sell consoles anymore because it wasn't making them enough money.
You mean Nintendo?
No, Sega.
Okay. I don't know. I thought when they sold their machines, like what was it called? The Saturn and it was called Game Gear in German, but it's called differently in the US. I know that, but I can't. Sega
the
CD.
Portable one or what? Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, it was called Mega Drive in Germany, right? And Game Gear was the portable one, and the Mega Drive is called CD in the US, I think. Am I right? I think so. Whatever.
Yeah. The last one was the Dreamcast, which I bought.
Okay, that's the only one I didn't have, I think. I had a bunch of consoles and handhelds. And I love them. I love Nintendo more. Oh, come on.
Okay, the Sega Genesis was known Genesis in the US and was called Mega Drive in Europe and Japan.
Genesis, okay. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, of course, if I had a lot of money and I would be into platform games, I would probably buy a Wii U just for that, of course.
Yeah.
But if I had to decide on one console, like for my living room, like
what would you take right now?
Oh, the PS4.
The PS4.
Yeah.
I think I would honestly. Well, do you have a PC or not in that hypothetical situation? Do we have our PCs that we have now?
Yeah, I mean,
because if we have, I would buy a Wii U. If we wouldn't have, that would be a really hard choice. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's a tough question. Yeah, if I had a PC, yeah, I mean you can get almost all games that come out for the Xbox and the PS4 for PC, except for those couple of exclusive titles.
Yeah, right now that's the case. And last generation there weren't like a huge amount of games that were exclusives. There were some, of course, and really good ones also.
Yeah.
But for example, Alan Wake, which was my favorite exclusive for the Xbox, is now available, and for quite some time for the PC also.
Yeah. Yeah, same with the Dark Souls 2. They went PC on that one. And 1 too.
Yeah. Although that is said to be a bad port.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that's better by now.
Yeah, the Metal Gear franchise is coming to PC now. So
you're right, yeah.
There's no use for buying a PS4 for that.
Yeah, we don't need a PS4. Well, Uncharted is awesome, but there's only gonna be one more game, right? They said that's the end.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, but I'll be more inclined to buy a Wii U for those games than a PS4 for Uncharted.
Yeah.
Because Uncharted is, I mean, it's a good game, but, it's not that awesome to get a console for.
I think so, too. Oh, nice. I have the eye of seeing. And here's my lady boy. Okay, so... what else do we have? Do you know any good German movies? I thought we could embrace our heritage and talk about German content here.
Like recent ones or old ones?
In general, doesn't matter.
The most famous German movie, in the last 30 years, definitely Das Boot.
Oh yeah, right.
Which has been dubbed into English.
Come on, I'm playing so badly. I died with 4 hit points directly in front of the gate to the next level.
Damn spider.
Damn spider, Das Boot, yeah. With Jürgen Prochnow.
Yeah, and Herbert Grönemeyer, right? No, yeah, he does play that.
Does he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, why?
There are a lot of famous guys there.
Why did he go into acting?
I don't know.
Well, anyways.
That's a good movie. It's very long, but
it's really good, right? Yeah, US people know that one too. I just thought about Lola Rent. You remember that one?
Yeah, that one is quite famous in the international community, right?
Yeah, I thought so too, which is why I brought it up, and it's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
And one other one came to mind yesterday evening, but I can't.
Oh, that East German movie, The Life of Others.
Oh yeah,
that one was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is about Stasi and.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know why I said it's good. But
you haven't watched it? It's
no.
a really good movie.
And there's the one about the dad and his son in the concentration camp is a Italian movie, right?
Oh, the old one, right? The Life's Good or something.
Yeah. The Life's Beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah.
But because I always mix them up, I think sometimes.
Yeah, that's a very sad movie though.
Yeah, but it's also beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I just killed my dame in distress, my whatever.
My girlfriend and I, we are watching a show on Netflix right now. It's called The Bridge, which is a Danish, Swedish, German crime show. Mm-hmm. And it's actually really good. It's mostly Danish and Swedish, but it has, I think the writer or something is German.
I think I need that in my life.
It's really good. It's like now there's this bridge going between Denmark and Sweden, and there's a murder happening on the bridge. So you have one inspector from what do you call detective, the Swedish one and a Danish one, and the Swedish one she has Asperger's or something, so she can't read any emotions and stuff. It's really funny, but she's very analytical and stuff. It's a really good show. I thought it was good. We watched the first season.
Yeah, I need to watch that because I always like good crime shows. There aren't that many.
Yeah, I especially like the Scandinavian crime stuff because it's like really dark and no special effects, right? It's like very
pretty and
photographic. I don't know what you call it, but
yes, I agree. Did you see The Fall?
The movie?
Oh, I'm just thinking of another thing. What is called? The Killing. It's called The Killing.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes, but that's the remake, right? On Netflix.
I think so, but remake of what?
Of the Scandinavian show. Because it's based on
it's called The Killing 2 or the original?
Let me see. It's The Killing is based partly on a popular Danish TV series, The Killing.
Well, yeah, because that is. I just wanted to say that's an American production, but it has that feel that you were talking about.
Yeah,
and it's really good. I might have to watch the original though. I didn't really know that it's a remake.
Yeah, The Killing. Yeah, I thought it was. It's actually the same style as The Bridge, like almost exactly.
Okay. Yeah, then I have to watch
in terms of
that.
the characters and stuff. Yeah.
And then I watched The Fall, which is awesome last year. I think my 2 favorite series of last year that I watched in the last 12 months, and it doesn't matter which year, were The Fall and then Bloodlines.
Oh, you finished it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I enjoyed these 2 so much. I can't tell you exactly why.
Yeah. I have to be honest. I didn't. I mean, I did enjoy Bloodlines. Remember when you told me you started to watch it, and I was like, yeah, my girlfriend really liked it, and you were like, oh, you didn't, and I was like, no, I thought it was okay. You know, I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Oh, you wouldn't have, anyways.
No, but you know what I mean. It's like somebody says, oh, that show really sucks, and then you watch it, and then you always look for stuff that sucks, right?
Yeah, well, I gathered from your answer that you didn't like it totally, and it didn't ruin it at all.
Okay, that's good. No, I didn't. I thought it was good, but I thought the story as a whole wasn't very special. Like, you know, I thought
it's
like
not.
I thought that like the character development and stuff was really good, and the scenes and everything and the acting, but the story was just didn't I didn't get hooked on the story.
It's not something very special. I agree. I think it's more or less just if you're into family drama, you like that. Yeah, and I am kinda.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? The Feast, that Danish movie.
Yeah, Das große Fressen. Is it called like that?
No, it's called Das Fest.
Okay.
It's where they the dad invites everybody to his birthday, and then the whole family's there, and people start acting strangely, and then they find out that the dad like raped all his children like all their life.
Oh no, I don't know.
It's like really really dark family drama, and I really like that because it has like this moment of surprise and everything, right?
Oh.
Like it's like so dark that you can't really take it, right?
Okay, yeah. In the movie about the mother and her kids who want to know their father that you recommended to me.
Oh, like Incendies.
Incendies, yeah.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
There's a moment in there too like that.
Yeah, that was a good movie too.
Yeah, really good, but also extremely dark and painful at some points.
Yeah, and I thought Bloodlines wasn't that dark, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. It was not that dark. No. Oh, I'm such.
There's actually. I was
idiot.
talking to my ex-girlfriend, right? And she was watching this Scandinavian show. I don't know what it was called. It was actually. It's on Arte right now. The French German TV channel.
The only good TV channel. TV channel I miss. I haven't been watching TV for years, and it's the only channel that I miss actually.
Yeah, that's the only channel I put on when I turn on the TV. And it's actually called a bloodline, like the Scandinavian word for that. something.
Okay.
And I was talking to her about it, and I was watching Bloodlines during that, right? She was watching the other show, and I was watching the Bloodline show. And there are so many similarities. It's like this family that has this hotel at this lake, right? And then there's this family drama, and there's this wedding coming up, and there's this one son who's like the black sheep of the family. So very, very similar.
Sounds similar.
So, but I couldn't find any information on if Bloodlines, the American show, is based loosely on another show.
Normally you see that in the ending credits or in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that. I might have just missed it. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but that show sounded kind of interesting too. So.
And what was the one called that you started this recommendation segment more or less with? Come on.
The Bridge.
Yeah, The Bridge.
It's called I think Bronn or something is the Scandinavian.
I have to write that down, but
Yeah,
I
it's
can
Bronn.
find it under The Bridge, right?
And you want to hear something interesting? The
Bronn.
killing, right, is actually it runs on German TV, or it did. It's called Kommissarin Lund. It's the original.
Okay. But it's the same... The original, okay, I just wanted to say, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Kommissarin Lund.
Well, there aren't many good series in Germany. I almost want to say there are none.
There are none.
I just watched one that was okay. It was
Oh,
good.
that crime one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Im Angesicht des Verbrechens, In the Face of the Crime, it's translated. That's the only one I could really recommend to anybody. And it's not even that good. Well, it has some good acting, and it has some really atrocious acting.
Yeah.
And then there's really bad editing. It looks like a series from end 80s, beginning 90s, but it's from 2004 or something.
Okay.
So that hurts. And yeah, the editing really, really does it no good. I can't say it any differently. It's really bad.
Is it one of those TV shows financed by our state TV channels?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Because
I don't know, but probably. But the writing is actually good.
The writing is good.
Yeah, that one is actually pretty good. Well, sometimes it's a little racist.
It is.
Yeah, in its display of Russian culture in Germany.
Oh, it's like stereotype, right?
It's stereotyping pretty crazily sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Organized crime and stuff. So that is bad in some episodes, but it's okay done in most. So I don't think it's intentionally. It's just old German dudes who know nothing different, than stereotyping. I think.
Sometimes I don't know, because we are German and we live here, so we are like more sensitive about these small things, right? And sometimes I wonder if you watch, for example, The Wire or The Shield or other. Or Sons of Anarchy or something, where you have like the Spanish subculture, or you have the black subculture, and I wonder if those are actually like stereotypes too. You know what I mean?
Good question.
How they are displayed, and we are just not receptive to it because we have never witnessed that kind of subculture like in real life.
Good question. I don't want to pass a judgment on that, but I think it's a really awesome question. But I think, well, if you are German, you have to be pretty self-aware of these things. Aware of these things is better than self-aware, and know what you're doing. When you put stuff out there. For yourself.
That's true. Yeah, I mean,
more than people. Although in every country you should be not racist. You should be really, really careful in German more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you would. I totally agree, and you would think that, like in the U.S., because they have their own history with like race and cultures, right?
Basically every
So- Yeah, basically,
every
but like
nationality
you
has
have like
yeah.
some high points in our civilization.
Yeah.
Where that really showed.
Yeah. Totally.
So I don't know.
And it's really close chronologically to us also, the German thing.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's, you know, in its style, it's so fucking evil that I think that makes a difference to other countries.
Yeah, no, that's
In
true.
its execution. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, to segue into something we already talked about, I can only recommend to everybody the Hardcore History podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. He just released his last part of the First World War, a series. I think it's like 5 parts now, 4 hours per part, and it's just awesome.
Okay.
It's so interesting. It's so detailed. About everything that was going on, like in Europe and the States during the First World War, like from politics to society stuff, up to the war stuff, the battles. It's awesome.
Well, I'm waiting for a good moment to start that.
yeah, it is a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What did you say? 5 episodes, 4 hours?
Yeah.
So it's 20 hours.
Yeah, and that's just the World War. I mean, I've listened to all of his podcasts that he released, like the history ones. And there are shorter ones too, like, for example, the Cherokee episodes in the United States, you know, and that's like 1 hour podcast.
Okay.
So if you want to have like a very nice entry point, you could probably listen to the older ones first. because
Okay.
they're shorter.
But you can start up with Blueprint for Armageddon. That's the name of the...
That's the First World War, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I would probably start with this one. With these one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll start with another one.
Yeah, it's just a huge amount of education, because it does really, it shines a light on every side of the war, like every country. You know.
Yeah. Well, you're already pretty educated in terms of history. I'm not that universally educated. That's not my field at all. But I get interested now in that part of my life now. Like
that's mostly because of my dad, because my dad is like a history nut, and whenever you talk to him, he tells you a story about history.
Okay.
That's been like all my life. I don't know. So I've some shit that got stuck.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Oh man, my dad. Now this is for Jesse because I'm talking about my dad again. My dad and the American Civil War, right? My dad is like the American Civil War expert.
Oh yeah,
So,
he is.
Yeah, he has like so many books on it, and he knows every battle and what every general did and all the troop movement and whatever.
Wow.
So it's kind of funny because he used to do that like 5 or 6 years whenever you talk to him and you're like, Dad, me and my girlfriend broke up. And then he would always manage to segue into a Civil War topic.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like,
Or to bring that up as an analogy, maybe.
Yeah, he was like, oh, your girlfriend broke up. This is like totally fictitious now, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, your girlfriend broke up. I remember, when I read about General Lee before he did that movement with his troops, right? And the girlfriend broke up. And then he would like just start talking about Civil War.
And when did this obsession start with him?
It started actually when we lived in Alabama, right?
Yeah, that was my guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it went on until I was like 22.
Okay.
So he did it like for 12.
Well, but I agree, it's interesting.
Oh yeah, it's totally interesting. But
I have really little knowledge about that, so I couldn't talk with him about that. I actually think he's such an interesting person because of his life and past and knowledge that I told you about this. I plan to make a podcast myself.
yeah.
That is not gaming focused and something different entirely. And I thought about making an episode with him.
Like one episode,
Yeah.
a whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I
okay.
don't know if that's possible, but that was just in my head because, we were thinking about asking him about one of his things that he did earlier in life, and that really didn't fit that much into my first episode that I'm planning and working on right now. So I thought, fuck that, but maybe I could just talk about that thing with him in the second episode or in the third, or more in depth and just only focus on that topic.
Yeah, I mean, he would definitely do that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
It would be super interesting, I think.
As I told you, I mean, he owes me so many favors.
Because you're his IT expert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, then I could cash them in for you.
Yeah, you could.
So do I look around more here, or do I just go into the next level? I wasn't even once in the jungle yet, and I've been dying like 6 times. I think this is my worst Spelunky play session ever. Which is why I'm just transitioning to the next level. That's probably better. I have some more topics, but I would love to hear first. What do you think of The Witcher 3?
Oh, what do I think of The Witcher 3? I don't know. I
do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can give like a short opinion on it. I think the writing of the quests and stuff is just it's awesome. Like, I've not had a quest yet where I didn't think, wow, this is like really awesome storytelling. But that's what the game is known for, I think. Anyway, then the open world, it does feel like a little bit like Skyrim in like third person.
Okay.
It's huge. There's a lot to discover. Like a lot, right? You have all the different monster types and everything. It's like you have like question marks on the map, right? And you can go there, and there's always like something special there, like a hidden treasure or something.
Okay.
And the combat. So I'm like level 5 now, and the game works like, for example, World of Warcraft in terms of leveling. So the enemies don't scale. The enemies have like a fixed level.
Okay.
So it can be that if you like follow the main quest and you go through an area and you have enemies that are like 5 levels higher than you.
I see, yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
you have to like grind, but it's not a grind because the story is so good.
Well, you can't grind because
with the side quests.
Yeah, the side quests, yeah. Because the like if you slay like enemies and stuff, you get like very minimal XP, so you can't really grind. But it's really awesome because it's not like in other RPGs where when you're like under leveled and you fight a monster and you can't really hit it, you have like a hit value.
Yeah.
So like the little video I posted on YouTube where you fight these deserters. It's like a deserter camp, and they're actually like 5 to 6 levels higher than me. And it's actually like really hard. When I recorded that, I had like 20 tries before I managed to kill them all.
Oh wow!
And you can really choose your challenge.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, like yesterday I was riding through these on this road, and there was like a crossroad, and there was like this weird insectoid warrior monster waiting there for me, and it was like 7 levels higher than me. And it was like a really epic battle. So
you killed it.
I killed it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to have that too, man. These epic battles.
Yeah, the combat is like a mix. And if people listen to this and they're playing the game, I don't know if they agree with me, but for me the combat is a little bit like between the Dark Souls thing, right? Because it's very skill based. I know Sunisha like wrote under like a comment where he said, "Oh, the combat seems like to be like in like Witcher 2 combat."
Is the Witcher 2 combat like the one in like the Witcher 1 combat? Because that's the only one I know.
No, I think the Witcher 1 combat is a little
it's
more
rhythmically based, basically.
Yeah, and it's it's not like that. I know that in Witcher 2 you can like roll, right? Like you do in Dark Souls, you can like roll left, right, back to evade attacks, and that would like drain your energy. And people were saying that like in The Witcher 2 the combat got very repetitive because the only thing you would do is just roll, attack. Okay. And what they added in The Witcher 3 is like a dodge, so you can roll and dodge. And the dodge is just so awesome because you can basically like skill-based dodge every attack. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's like really it's a very skill-based combat, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty, right? Which I think is all right. I die a lot, but you still manage to like progress in your skill level. So if after you try 20 times, you beat the enemy. So it's
I think that's more rewarding in the end.
Yeah,
playing like that.
Yeah. So it's a little bit like the Dark Souls combat.
Okay. I'm really, really interested in that. I heard what you said about the side quests from like 2 or 3 other voices. They said when you play normally in a video game and you have all these side quests, you have no real incentive to do them. And this game somehow manages to let every single one feel like it's the most epic thing ever. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't want to. Well, there's like the first side quest you do. I don't know. Should I spoil it? It's. I don't know how important it is story-wise.
It's not important. It's like the first one. It's like in the tutorial.
Well, you can just skip for 2 minutes if you're not interested in hearing that. I would say.
Yeah. So
gave a spoiler warning in before. That is good.
Yeah. So. Okay, I'm gonna start the spoiler now. So basically, you are in this world that's like it has just been conquered, right, by this empire. So everything is like destroyed by war, right? The people are like on the bottom of existence and are trying to make a living or to not die, and you have like rapes and plundering and everything. So you come into this town which is like totally destroyed by war, and the empire is like taken over, and you meet the blacksmith, which is a dwarf, and somebody burnt down his what do you call it, the blacksmith thing,
his workplace.
Yeah, his workplace, right? And he's like, I know one of the villagers did it, and because I have to make weapons for the empire, they're forcing me, right? And then you have this thing called Witcher senses. So it's like a little crime story. So you activate your Witcher senses, and you can go after tracks and look at clues, and and like after you do that, you find the guy who did it, which is like a guy like who was a soldier, and he like lost everything, and he's totally frustrated and whatever, right? And so you're like, okay, you burnt down the smith and
Smithy? I don't know.
yeah, whatever you call it. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry, I was like really drunk, I've lost everything. Can't you just like let me go, and I will never do it again, or I will give myself up. I don't know what he said, but he was like, please give me another chance, right? Because I mean, the smith, he was like still making a living. He had money, right? He was just like pissed off.
Okay.
So I decided to choose you. So you could let him go, or you could say, okay, no, come with me. We're going to the smith. You have to apologize, right? And then I was like, well, I mean, if he apologizes to the smith will probably be like, okay, never do it again, or you have to build it up again for me, or whatever. So I took him to the smith, and the smith was like, guards, come. We found the arsonist. Chop his head off, and they chop his head off.
Well, that's crazy.
So you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that decision, right? So you have like, that's just like a side quest. So like most of the side quests, you're facing like a lot of gray areas of humanity where you have to like make a decision, and you don't really know if it's the right or the wrong decision, and it does have consequences. Like how you decide. So that's like a really awesome part.
Sounds super cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Dragon Age always tries to do and never really works.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
That sounds super cool, actually. And the longer the game is out, the more interested I get in it, which is the opposite to what Sunesh has said in his last Swine Radio about game hypes. The game is more fascinating before it comes out, and then it loses its appeal. But with The Witcher 3, it's the other way around for me.
Yeah, and I mean, people are saying, even now that it's out, people are like, okay, this is the perfect RPG. It sets the bar higher again, for other people to reach. And I mean, that's definitely true. I played it for 21 hours now, or 20 hours. And it is definitely true. It's probably the best RPG I've played.
Wow!
Because it's just perfect. It has perfect combat. The storytelling is perfect. The graphics are awesome. It runs without any frame drops. People were complaining about that a lot, especially on PC.
Well, you have a good system.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can even record it on ultra with Shadowplay at 60 frames. It doesn't matter. So I don't have anything to say. The only complaint I have, and I heard people talking about this too, is the world is so detailed, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of the details in the world are actually solid, so you can get stuck on them really easily. So if you're doing close quarter combat, right, and there's just a tree in the way, you try to dodge and you can't dodge because you bump into the tree.
Okay.
And that can get really frustrating. And it leads to kind of awkward situations too in combat.
Okay.
But that's the only complaint I have, and people are saying, okay, you get used to that later when you're level 10, 12, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only complaint I have.
Well, you can live with that, I think.
Yeah, I can.
Definitely. If that's really the only one, that is not too bad.
Yeah,
not
and
too
it's
shabby.
Yeah, and I don't know if I haven't figured it out yet, but you can't jump while in combat.
Okay.
So it's really stupid.
Maybe you can buy a skill or something. Do you have something like that? Can you buy skills? Do you have a skill tree?
Oh, the skill mechanics are, I think, the same as in Witcher 3 and Witcher 2 and Witcher 1.
Okay.
So you can skill up your signs, right? You can skill up alchemy, or you can skill up your weapon styles. Mm-hmm. One great thing that we talked about in the last episode, where I said, I don't know if I want to buy The Witcher because you only have the silver sword and the steel sword.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And they actually changed that. So you have a shitload of different weapons. Different swords that look different.
Well, that's cool.
Can craft. Yeah, you have a lot of. You can, for example, they're clubs and axes, and they are actually not a secondary weapon. That a third weapon that you equipped in The Witcher 1 and 2, but they actually use the slot of your steel sword. Mm-hmm. So if you want to, you can actually fight with a club or an axe.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have a bunch of armor that you can craft that looks different.
Well, yeah, you make me really want to play the game more and more.
I mean, you can play it, right? I mean, we share our Steam library. If you want to start playing it, go ahead.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah,
we have to look into times and stuff, but I might do that actually.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many games to play at the moment. If you, I know your days off are Monday and Thursday or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you say, okay, I want to play on Monday and Thursday, you can just play. I mean,
well, we can see about that. I have some more other games to play, so I won't find a lot of time for that, but I would definitely be interested in that. I don't have any money now. Friday I wanted to go out. Well, first of all, I had to pay an amount of money to what is it called? A government department.
Yeah, for your student loan.
A student loan, yeah, exactly. Mm. And I don't know how to get around this situation here in Spelunky. Anyways, and then I broke my bottom bracket, which is your pedaling axis on the bike. And it broke so violently that my cranks are gone too, because it ate the metal of the axis, ate itself into the crank. when
So
it
is-
broke.
Is that the thing where the pedals are on?
The cranks are the thing, the two arms where the pedals are on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that broke.
Yeah, because of the axis on which you put the cranks on.
Okay, and that broke
one
too.
broke initially. Yeah.
So when did that happen? Did you like get on your bike and then it happened, or?
I was on my bike riding and I wanted to get my girlfriend from her work. She was finished and I wanted to meet her halfway and we wanted to eat something out and then we wanted to ride to a like small band and cyber label thing like on the other side of the Elbe.
Yeah, I read the email. I think.
Yeah, and I was really looking forward. The weather was good, and I was in the right mood to meet people and talk and to listen to these bands that I don't know even. And I was like, I didn't see that coming. That I was anticipating the evening. I thought I would face it with dread more than anticipation. But then I wanted to go out. But halfway, when I had to stop at a red light and then start again, just when I hit the cranks, the thing broke.
It just fell off, or?
It broke, like the axis broke. The axle. Do you call it axle or axis?
I think axis. I don't know.
Yeah, I think both works.
Yeah, and it fell like to the floor, or did it?
Yeah, one crank fell to the street, and then. Yeah, and yeah, the crank is quite expensive. The thing is, no, I couldn't get that thing out of my bike. I broke the tool with which you can get the crank off, because it's somehow stuck now, because of the forces that happened when it broke, I think. And so I had to give it to a shop, and depending on how long they take, it will cost like 50 to 150 euros probably. And then my crank is probably gonna be broken, and the one that I had on cost like 130 euro, but if I'm getting a new one, I will just call my brother and get one for like 200 euros, which will cost me 100 because he is a bike shop, and I get it for for his price. So it's a little costy in the end, everything together this month.
So you're paying money for the store just to unjam it?
Yeah, just to get it all out there. And they said it might go easily and it take 5 minutes. And it was just my shitty tools, like my really shitty tools here, which didn't manage to, and they have good tools. So, or it could be like quite an operation that takes like 1.5 hours.
Like welded out, or
yeah, who knows? Something like that might actually be happening. I don't know.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah. So I built up another another bike now out of parts from the one that I gave to them and parts that I had lying around, and it's fine. I have a replacement bike which gets me to work and everything, and wherever I want to go without waiting for trains and buses and like taking half an hour for a 50-minute bike trip.
Yeah.
I can't take that anymore. I have to be fast. I have to be fast everywhere and whenever I want to be there.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's great. Yeah.
And this is all good, but financially it's quite bad. But this is why I can't buy The Witcher, although I would probably have, even. Although I don't have time to play it.
I mean, The Witcher is like known for going on multiple sales, so
yeah,
it's not that bad.
Probably.
But, I mean, you can always use my version copy.
Yeah. When you get like bored of the game after something like, how long does it take you most of the time? Like 20 to 40 hours maybe?
But until I get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 to 40 hours. Yeah.
Ah, spider! I'm dead. I'm playing so badly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna, like, up to now, I don't have the feeling I actually invested any time in the game.
Oh, crazy.
Oh, and by the way, there's actually like a simplified Magic the Gathering mini game that you can play with other people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's called Gwen, and you
Uh-huh.
can collect cards and buy cards like in game. You can play other people.
Well,
It's actually
but
quite
that
fun.
is it sounds like a huge time sink.
Yeah.
In a game that is a huge time sink on its
Yeah.
own.
Definitely, yes. Yeah.
But still sounds awesome at the same time.
And I haven't had sex yet,
Oh, wow.
which the games are like famous for.
Can you only
Right.
play with Geralt?
Oh, you play with Geralt, right, all the time, but there are like linear parts of the game where you play a different Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Uh-huh.
She has. Okay, now I
Okay,
spoiled.
now I
She
spoiled the
she
gem.
has. She actually has different Witcher abilities, which are really really
cool.
fun. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
And do you hunt a lot? Do you eat your own fingers?
You
It's the best
don't
question.
you don't eat your own fingers, but to elaborate on that, there are a lot of nasty monsters in the world.
Huh. And isn't the whole gimmick that the monsters can turn into humans and the
Well,
witches?
some of them can.
Some of them can.
Yeah, you have like werewolves and stuff like that.
Okay, not
Yeah,
all of
and-
them.
No, not all of them.
So the lady in the promotional picture who ate her own fingers was maybe just like a monster that turned into her human form and then like enjoyed the rest of her meal on her fingers.
Yeah, I think she definitely is. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on this quest now, and there's actually a monster that is actually not common, but it's known in the Witcher universe. It probably exists in the first and the second game too. I don't know the name. I think like Botchling or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a fetus, a stillborn,
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
That has not been like buried and has not been given a name or something, and
Oh, wow.
it wanders around on the floor and looks for his mother to suck the blood out of her or something.
Oh.
So you have like really disgusting monsters in the game.
That reminds me of the Year Walk game. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
That you watched me
yeah.
play?
Those little not two, but those fetuses, right? Those small
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
That was kind of like somewhere in Scandinavia mythology thing. Maybe that's lent from
probably.
there, borrowed.
Yeah.
Maybe that is like the same mythological creature. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm super fascinated by other countries'
Mythology.
weird and creepy mythoses.
Yeah.
Myths.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. The last time we watched a movie at your place, we were talking about. I was talking to a friend of ours about it. That Scottish myth, those weird horses that live underwater.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, that's like really cool. I don't know what they're called, but they're like these skeletal horses living underwater in swamps. and they-
Seahorses.
Yeah, no, yeah, like almost, but with like real horses.
Oh, no,
Like normal horses.
Never
Yeah,
heard of that, but sounds
Yeah,
like
re-
a WoW thing.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Aren't there horses underwater in WoW? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
There's everything in WoW.
Yeah.
It's just like Seinfeld and The Simpsons. Everything you can encounter in real life has already been in these two series.
Yeah.
I'm just wasting my resources here in the game because I don't know what buttons to press when.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a lot of sexuality, right, in The Witcher. A lot of nipple slips and boobs and TNA and everything.
There was already in the first one,
Yeah.
so doesn't surprise
This one
me.
definitely has very good graphics.
So it's nice to look at, basically.
Yeah, it's something that is that I'm kind of. I don't know. I agree. A lot of people are talking about this, the facial animations and the way that the characters look.
Mhm.
It's actually really, really awesome. It's not like Uncanny Valley real, right?
Mhm.
But you can actually like read emotions of the characters' faces.
That is
So,
nice.
yeah, so when you talk to like a guy and you think he's lying to you or something, you can actually kind of tell.
Yeah.
And something else that's really funny is some of the women like look beautiful, right? Like the faces and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And most of the men, they just look like really, really stupid. And every character, like almost, I don't know if they have like a certain amount, but most of them have different teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Oh.
actually, it's kind of awesome.
Wow, a
Yeah.
big level of detail.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm more and more impressed.
yeah.
And do you plan on doing more videos?
Yes. I plan on doing a video with the sex scenes, right?
Haba haba.
No, I don't know if I'm going to do that.
Well, clickbait. Hello. We need stuff like that
Yeah.
to grow
I don't-
our feeble little sub base. No, it's not feeble. We have 250 people now.
Yeah, a special day, whatever.
It's a
250.
250,000, which is totally blowing my mind. Actually, if you think
Yeah.
about it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been growing like steadily now, right?
Yeah, it had maybe a week of not that much growth, and then other than that, before and after that, it went steadily up and still is up. Trends are going up. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm about to die. I had this one run, where I played awesomely because I was concentrating on the game. And I went to the second level in the jungle with 6 health points. And then I got killed by one thing out of nothing because I didn't pay attention.
Now you only have 1 health point, or
Yeah, and I'm in 1-3, so... Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Anyways, what do you think? Should we talk about any other stuff or just call it a day? I think it has been quite some time now already.
yeah, we can stop.
70 minutes almost.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good time.
I think so too. If people want to have it longer, then they can tell us. Oh, I'm thinking of one more thing that I want to talk about.
Okay.
My music.
Oh yeah.
I had all my projects and music songs on my old MacBook Pro in Logic Pro, and that computer broke because of water damage. So I sold it, but I kept my HD with everything on it, my hard disk. And I'm trying to... Well, I have an old 2008 MacBook Pro right in front of me, and I managed to get like my software configuration running today. Just today I managed to install Logic and some of the plugins that I used. And now I have to see if I can go in there, maybe even right after this episode of the podcast, and export the music and all the songs, and then I will make an album and put it on Bandcamp that you can download for free. And I will also put that album in a folder together with all the other songs which are not on the album, and in that folder I will put every song, I think, as an instrumental, even the ones that have lyrics on the album.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's really good.
So that people can go to Bandcamp for the album and go just who want to use the music in their projects or just listen to it otherwise without any lyrics, so that they are probably that's probably better if you want to use them for a Let's Play or something, without lyrics, I think, and voice.
Yeah, that's probably better and nicer. Yeah.
And then you have all these songs in just one folder that I have somewhere else, and you don't have to come back, because I have some of them exported, but I wanted to put them out, all of them out there at the same time.
Yeah, that's so we have like a library of songs that we can use.
Yeah, because I know myself, if I were going to the site and downloading the folder and there's three songs in there, and I would forget to come back and look if there's any more. you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unless somebody specifically tells you, okay, no.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's easiest if I just... Oh, well, awesome move, Barani. I think it's easiest to just do it that way, that I put all of them out together. And maybe, hopefully, the coming week. And I still have a lot of fun playing MP3, Max Payne 3. And hopefully we'll get another try episode done next week also.
Yeah, your try Let's Play, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually very popular. Have you looked at the statistics?
Oh, it is? No, I never look at the statistics.
The first episodes, I think they have like over like 100 views or something.
Well, that is cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So I have to get that going again, I guess.
I guess I don't know. It's your thing, right? If you hate, not hate, but if you think it's very, no,
I wanted. I just didn't feel ready for it until now.
Okay, it's not 100. It's like, but it's still quite a lot. It's 72 for the first one, 53 for the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
So I guess people are enjoying it.
That is good. I will do that. Yeah. Let's see when. Hopefully next week. But I have 2 more Max Payne episodes in the pipeline, waiting for a day when you get lazy to put them out there. And recording Max Payne is really not that much of a time sink like Try, so I really enjoy doing that. And it's super fun to play that game on hard. It's more fun than on medium, actually.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah,
it's really awesome. It's a great game. I think everyone who watches it really appreciates the game also. Like our little group, Jesse and Sunesha also watched it, and Sunesha's really impressed by the shooting, and it is really great shooting. I can only recommend that game, but it's a couple of years old, you know. So.
Oh, do you have it on Steam or?
Yeah, I have it on Steam. I just didn't think that people would be interested, but I wanted to play it again, so I just did. And I'm dead.
Still haven't played like Game of Thrones, right? Like the 4th episode is coming out now.
Yeah.
On Tuesday.
I might do that tonight. Now that you remind me of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the
First
mood.
one was cool.
It was super cool, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I might do that. I'm playing that with my girlfriend. Like all the Telltale games, she loves these. She can't get enough of them.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I might watch you play. I don't know yet because I probably have to spend some time with my girlfriend.
Okay, or The Witcher. Is Geralt your new girlfriend?
Yeah. He's a sexy beast.
I agree. I would love to have a nice night with him too. Stroll through the landscape, through the woods. Go on a wild hunt together, and I want to stress the word wild here.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Hunt. Yeah. I think I do.
Good. So let's see. Do we have any more samples to say people goodbye? Yeah, this one. Do you want to translate that into English? No, right?
No. Oh, look, Sanisha subscribed 5 hours ago.
What? He did? He didn't before?
Yeah, he did before. He probably hit the unsubscribe button out of spite.
No,
just accident.
Out of spite, yeah. Yeah, that is good. Now we have 251 or still 250?
It's still 215.
Okay, I see. Well, that is good.
Yeah.
That's a good round number. I hope it still grows still.
I mean, like kurz einen runterholen, that basically just means to get something off the shelf or something, right? You know, könntest du mir das kurz runterholen is like...
Yeah.
Kurz einen runterholen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Is that your old microphone? It sounds differently.
I don't know.
What's wrong with having friends?
What's wrong with having friends?
Yeah, so let's say goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye-bye.